The boy wondered who changed mathematics. Silence in the classroom. Only the sound of chalk scratching on the blackboard, interrupted every now and then by the slight creaking of chairs or the tired sighs of bored children. The air was thick with boredom, and the seconds seemed to pass with the slowness of ink on parchment, while the dull morning light filtered wearily through the windows. Outside, the sky was gray and the clouds weighed like sleep. Inside, a group of students sat with a lost gaze, wishing that time would pass more quickly. Some fiddled with their fingers, others stared at the window, dreaming of being somewhere else. The smell of dust and wet paper permeated the walls, and it seemed as if nothing could awaken the class from that collective lethargy. Then, something changed. A child looked up. Deep, bright eyes, too attentive for his age. He was holding a small piece of paper. And on his face, an expression of gentle defiance. It wasn't arrogance, it was clarity. As if he knew something that the others hadn't yet understood. As if he saw, behind the numbers, a world that no one could imagine. The teacher's eyes met his. For a moment, it seemed that time stopped. If you love true stories that seem impossible, sign up now. The ones we are about to tell you will change the way you see the world. The teacher, tired and bored, just wanted to buy time. The rain was beating softly on the windows, and each drop seemed to mark a slow wait. The buzz of the class had turned into a muffled buzz. So he gave his students an impossible exercise, confident that it would take them hours. Add all the numbers from 1 to 100, he said flatly, not even looking at the class. It was the kind of activity that keeps you occupied for a while. A mountain of numbers designed to slow down distracted minds. The children snorted, some began to do math on their fingers, others wrote randomly, hoping for a stroke of luck. The children began to count. One by one. Some wrote slowly, others made signs with their fingers. Most were already frustrated after a few numbers. Some snorted, others made mistakes and started over again. Time passed and the teacher relaxed, convinced that he had achieved the desired peace. Except one. That child was called Carl Friedrich Gauss. He was just 10 years old. And in less than a minute, he stood up, silent. He handed over his paper and sat down again, without saying anything. His classmates looked at him in puzzlement. The teacher looked at him suspiciously. The teacher glared at him. He thought it was a joke. How could a child complete such an exercise in such a short time? Maybe he had written down a random number. Maybe he just wanted to be clever. But there was the right answer on the paper. You're wondering how he did it, right? Wait, because this is just the beginning. Stay with me and discover how such a simple gesture has rewritten the history of mathematics. Carl hadn't counted. He had sensed. He had seen the pattern. Where others saw a row of numbers, he saw a design. He hadn't gotten lost in the detail, he had seen the whole. A clear, immediate vision. The harmony of the numbers had revealed itself to him like a perfect painting. He noticed that by adding the first and last numbers, 1 plus 100, he got 101. And that this pattern repeated itself 50 times. 101 times 50. No tricks. Just pure intelligence. 101 times 50. Here's the secret. A simple formula, born in an instant, in the mind of a child. Not a simple shortcut, but a pure intuition. Mathematics spoke to him like a clear and orderly melody. For him, numbers were not obstacles, they were tools. Tools to draw the world. To understand it. To dominate it with grace. From that day on, no one looked at him the same way again. It was as if that moment had opened a window to something greater. The teacher himself, in his heart, knew he had witnessed something rare. A miracle. He was no longer just the silent child. He was a prodigy. One of those rare beings who see what is invisible to others. School could no longer contain him. The walls of the classroom had become too narrow for his mind. If this intuition struck you, leave a like and tell me in the comments if you too, as a child, saw the world through different eyes. The story of Carl Friedrich Gauss, it didn't end there. That day was just the beginning of an extraordinary journey. Every book he touched seemed to open by itself. Every problem he encountered became a door to walk through. A puzzle to decipher. A challenge to overcome. His razor-sharp mind changed the world of mathematics forever. He could solve complex problems in minutes, finding elegant solutions where others saw walls. His ideas anticipated the future, shaping laws that still govern science today. His name became synonymous with genius. He invented new theories, explored territories never before charted, and left an indelible mark on the centuries. He was admired, feared, studied. His life was a continuous encounter between genius and intuition. Each discovery was a step toward a deeper order. His work was the basis for new sciences. His mind, a universe. Want to know how that child became the genius we still study today? Then don't miss the ending. Gauss was not just numbers. He was intuition, vision, beauty. He was mathematical poetry. His mind worked in a way that defied common logic. It was as if the world spoke to him in a secret language, and he translated it into comprehensible formulas. He saw order in chaos, symmetry where others saw confusion. His equations were like paintings drawn with his mind. He had the ability to transform abstract concepts into universal truths. Every theory was like a poem, every solution like a work of art. It was as if he were talking to the infinite. What about you? Have you ever had a vision so clear that it seemed unreal? Have you ever looked at the world and seen a hidden design beneath the surfaces?